Cheryl Yoxheimer. I'm the HR manager at the Williamsport General Cable Plant. That safety has been an integral part of our culture for many years. 20 years ago, we decided we needed a shift in culture. We actually brought in behavioral safety process. But this was not to be a management-focused safety process. We wanted operators involved. It is not management's responsibility for safety. It's everyone's responsibility and everyone shares in it. And it's actually an expectation of the job.
Name's Eric Allman, shipping coordinator at General Cable, Williamsport. And I'd like to take you through the process of how we do packaging here at the packaging station, reel wrap. In the past, we used to manually cut all our paper wrap. And now we have an automatic bander and cutter. It's a paper wrap cutter, and everything is fully contained in here with the cutter, so you can't get your hands in. What I'd like to do is show you how we start it and then the finished product. We have several functions on here. To feed the paper through, we hit the jog button. That way our fingers underneath near the cutter. Hit the forward jog button until we see the paper come out just about on the other side. And then we preset the meter here and it's ready to go. Everything is done by itself. Like I said, we used to cut this all by hand. It used to cause pinch points, cut hands, fingers, and this totally eliminates it.
The shipping associates used to use a chop saw to cut all the wood dunnage in the shipping department. The saw had no safety features on it, and they were high risk for hand injury. The shipping team recommended that we purchase a saw top table that was equipped with a safety device. It's an electronic card that automatically shuts off the blade if there's any human contact to that blade, which eliminates the risk of hand injuries. As you can see, he's pushing a piece of wood through the saw top. And he's also using a pusher instead of his hand, which is also a safety feature that also helped eliminate the risk of hand injury. The production associates used to tie all their coils by hand, which presented a high risk for carpal tunnel injuries from pulling on them too tightly. Later on, they discussed it and they developed a tool that it automatically cuts the cable ties, as you can see, where they're not pulling on them, which eliminates the risk of carpal tunnel. And then again, this process, the associate will do 100 to 150 coils a day, 4 ties on each coil, which was a very high risk for carpal tunnel, which was eliminated. The associates used to attach the cable to the finished good reels with a staple and a hammer. And the hammer presented a high risk of hand injuries for the operators. We developed a hammer elimination team that discovered double loop wire ties. So now we attach the cable to the reels with a double loop wire tie using a hex nut screw and a battery powered drill, which eliminates all potential for hand injury.
And you can see how our wire ties are right here ready to go. So all I have to do is finish jogging it up. And what's really nice about the wire ties being on here is you can use them for your third hand while you're running your cutters. When using the two-handle cutters, you don't have to worry about any of your hands being exposed. Then all you have to do instead of using a hammer, is just screw it fast. This is our 6,000-pound J-hook caddy system, and it's more or less hands-free. You don't have to touch the reel. You don't have to stick your hands inside. You have a properly located handle here, and it's completely balanced out, so it sits there all by itself. And all you have to do is drive it in, steer it in till it's all the way in, pick it up, and you can move it anywhere you want. You go north just by locating the handle, or south. Very easy to maneuver reels.
Bobbins, like the one shown here, are essential in today's wire and cable industry. And with each bobbin weighing hundreds of pounds, handling them can be a literal pain. Thankfully, to wire tongs above the load, like the ones designed and shown here, our stranding has become a lot less stressful.
Hello, my name is Tim Whitrock, and I'm the manufacturing manager here at Williamsport plant. And so what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about hand safety. So hand safety in regards to open blades. So we've had a number of injuries in the past for fixed open blades, and initially we thought we couldn't overcome that, but we put some teams together to overcome some of the issues that we had, and ultimately we came up with some ways to do that. And I have some demonstrations I'd like to show you, and one of them is what we used to do is, so what we have is cable here, and so what we would do is we would take a fixed open blade knife and we would put it up there and we would turn it around, and many times, as you can imagine, the thumb is right there, so we would actually come off of there and put a blade right through our thumb. And so what we came up with, again, one of the creative ideas was to use more of a scissor type cut, and so we'd put that over there and we would just turn it around through there, and that makes what we call our ring sample cut. So that's one way that we overcame that issue. Another one is we have many times where you're using an open blade knife to cut boxes, to cut cardboard off of material, or stretch wrap. And so we have this handy tool here that has a blade that's protected, and so what you would do, instead of cutting towards yourself with an open blade, you would use this to cut across, and it is protected, and so you would not then injure your hands or cut your finger.
Now let's review some key points from the video.